Hello, everybody, and welcome back once again to Goonies World. I am Meanie, also known as Ryan, and I am joined by Johnny Fabro, also known as Sean.
Hey, hey, hey.
And Goonie, also known as Colin.
Yes, hello.
And, of course, a Lunicorn, also known as Lynn.
Hello, hello.
And we are returning for some more beach patrol nights.
Yes, we are. And where we had stopped is where you guys... Well, where we actually ended was where you guys were going for out on the beach for basically your second day on the job. And right when you got out there, you saw a group gathered around the beach, and something had apparently just washed in from the shore, and you saw a severed arm and the Navy tattoo, which you're reasonably certain belonged to Kevin, the trainee, who had disappeared the night before while you guys were tangling with the drug dealers. And I'll just remind you that you guys did get the information that you were seeked to get, the information of who the supplier is for sand. It was Mr. Bigelow, and he was going to come in on his yacht, which will be today or tonight at midnight. And also, you guys had left the leader of the drug dealers, D-Bag. You had stripped him naked, strapped him to a gurney, probably put something in his mouth and to muffle him, and then I think you put him in Van's room somewhere, like under the bed or something.
Did we happen to learn, I don't recall, but did we happen to learn the name of the yacht?
The Dread Yacht.
That's right.
Yeah, so we'll begin here on the beach, and you definitely know that that's Kevin, what's left of him, and you see, all these other people, like, shocked at what they're seeing, and you do see Keith, your boss. He's kind of away from the crowd a little bit, standing near the Lifeguard Tower, and he waves you over.
Well, I don't see any reason not to jog over there.
Yeah, so you guys do that, and he says, "That's Kevin, isn't it?"
Duh.
I thought so.
Yeah, no, it happened on our watch, too. I'm sick over it. And it's the second trainee you've lost, too. Right?
Yes. I don't know what's going on. These damn sharks. Did you happen to see anything?
Well, we had other business to take care of. We're making some progress on that drug thing, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we were busy dealing with the drug dealer and group of users and trying to get more information, and we didn't see what happened to poor Kevin. We just, when we were finished talking with them, we came over, and that's when his arm washed up on the beach.
And I got to tell you, our one-armed friend there was saying some interesting things earlier in the evening, though. He said that every time you go in and talk to the rest of you guys would blow him off. I don't know if it's because, you guys don't like new people or you're training the newbies, but he says so many times he'd walk in and it's like you guys are all having a conversation, and then suddenly, oh, hey, we're a silent movie all of a sudden, and nobody's talking anymore. And he did mention that. So I don't know if your previous trainee who also disappeared is having similar problems. And I tell you, this Sugar Ray fella, he told us, I think his exact words, folks, I believe were, "I fucking hate you guys because you're new." So I'm telling you, this Sugar Ray is a problem for morale, if nothing else. That's all I got to say. And this poor bastard, I feel personally responsible. I was too busy kicking ass doing Jeet Kune Do and this guy wanders into the ocean and gets eaten by a shark. And I don't even think it's purely sharks. I don't want to get all conspiratorial here. It can't be any coincidence that you got this drug problem on the beach, and you got people disappearing with people with bites out of them. It's all a big mess. You got a serious problem on this beach. It's a good thing you called us in.
You're right. Well, I blame myself for what happened. I shouldn't have had you guys taking care of the drug thing, and I don't want to speak ill of the dead here, but the reason we didn't include Kevin was just because he complained a lot. He was a complainer. But I will give you that Stingray, as he liked to be called, is a bit of a hard ass. He's not very welcoming to new people, and I apologize on his behalf because he is hard to deal with. I understand that.
He is. In fact, I'd like you to go a step further. I'd like you to ask him to write me a written apology, and my friends. We'd like a written apology from Sugar Ray.
Okay, I think I can do that. It's the least I owe you.
What was Kevin complaining about?
Oh, just everything you can imagine. Look, I don't want to speak ill of the dead, like I said. I mean, he talked about being in the Navy a lot and how he was, this close to being a Navy SEAL and that he could, kick everyone's asses and if he wanted, and he was a real big shot and all that. But, I don't know. I just know that something's got to be done.
But it looks like he met his match in ocean, yes?
Yeah. I mean, we got to do something about that. But
Yes, we do.
Perhaps the shark thought he was a seal.
Oh, I tell you what. My goodness. That's a good one, I got to admit. I got to write that one down.
Too soon.
I make good jokes.
Yeah. It's never too soon for a good joke. It helps the grieving process. You have to take a step back and laugh at a situation like this. I mean, when I look at a severed arm laying on a beach with a Navy tattoo, I know I would have laughed. So,
Yeah, he was Skipper's pig.
Yeah, well, let's not get political.
Well, guys, did you happen to find the name of the supplier of sand?
Unclear. We know that there is something going down tonight.
Okay.
We weren't actually able to get a direct name.
Okay.
Well, actually, that's not true. We were, weren't we?
Yeah, but we don't know how much we want to share with you.
Well, okay.
You need a step of separation there. Ivan,
Yes.
Did you have something to add there, my communist friend?
Well, I was going to spill the beans, but I think you have a better plan to not spill beans, because spilling beans make mess and you have to clean them up.
That's right.
Well, listen. Maybe it's best that I don't know. But I do want, if you have some information, I would like for you to maybe follow up on it tonight. If you can confirm the supplier, that'd be great. Because we gotta get rid of all these drugs, and if we know who's bringing them in, that will definitely help. But, you don't have to involve me at all if you don't want to.
Well,
I
prefer
this,
that.
What about this Detective Ramirez? I mean, if this ends up being the real deal, I don't understand how we're not going to be able to involve the cops. But if they're corrupt, I mean, are you considering bringing in federal or state police? Or, I mean, how are we going to skirt this?
Possibly.
If the law here is corrupted.
I don't know for sure that they're corrupted. It's just that when we call them to respond to drugs, they don't seem to care. They seem to think there's bigger issues, and so it was kind of up to us to deal with the drugs, but they'll have to deal with the drugs, I think, if we get a big supply and we get the name of the supplier and you guys are witnesses, then I think, they'll have to. And if they don't, then I will go above them. And
Well, if they don't, and the three of us end up like shark bait, then you can see how I might have a, that's my concern is that if they are corrupt, that if there's enough money in it, and maybe these lifeguard disappearances are some kind of animal, or maybe they're related to this possible conspiracy. I don't know, but
You say the sand makes people go crazy. I think they're going crazy and they're taking bites out of people. That's what I think. Or maybe it's crazy. Some kind of Wereshark? I mean, I don't know. I got to write that down. Wereshark. I got a couple people I got to call in Hollywood about that one. That's a whole franchise. Wereshark, Wereshark 2, The Quickening, Wereshark. You could go on and on with it.
It does sound something like out of a movie, and I don't think it's probably true. But okay, maybe there's some people on the sand that are going crazy and biting people. But typically, when we see these bite marks, they're not from human teeth. Looks like sharks to me, but...
Yeah, ergo, Wereshark.
we're Weresharks. I'd like to get an audition if you end up floating that idea.
Oh, don't worry. I'll take care of it. I'll make some phone calls. I still have to get unbanned from Hollywood and probably the Church of Scientology. You'd be surprised how interconnected those things are. But, hey, we're not here to get into that. Listen, it's not that we don't trust you, pal. You said trust no one, don't trust the police. And we're going to wait. We're going to do this thing tonight. We're going to see we're going to make sure we got something to tell you. But we could have more answers after tonight. But I think you need cameras out on this beach for one thing. I'm talking nighttime cameras. Ivan, don't you have any old friends in the KGB where you can hook us up with some serious surveillance, or does it not work that way? You can't just. I guess you can't just look up KGB in phone book, right?
I work for Russian intelligence ministry, but I do not live on good terms. I do not have best contacts.
Okay, yeah, kind of like Firefox with Clint Eastwood. Yeah, okay, I got it.
Well, it'd be great to have some cameras, but yeah, at the time we just don't have the budget for that. But yeah, well, you guys definitely keep an eye open, and I got a job for you right now, though, before it gets dark.
All right.
So, well, let me take you to her. And if you let him, he's going to lead you a little ways out on the beach to this senior citizen-looking lady. And she's very upset, and when you come up to her, she says, "Oh, it's my dog Tootsie. My dog, I was walking him on the beach. I had a leash, just like I'm supposed to have, and and he saw some birds, and he just ripped right out of my hands, and he took off, and I haven't been able to find him ever since. He's all alone, little Tootsie."
Just imagining we're going to find a paw with a Navy tattoo.
Right. Right, one dog arm coming up. You got it.
He was a Navy SEAL dog. Trained for explosives. No. I was just... If you could go and find him, please.
Where did you live? Were you walking when he ran away?
Oh, I was right over here. It was just right here. He took off towards those rocks. And
How long ago?
oh, it was about 15, 20 minutes. I've been hollering for him.
So you say by
Do you
those
have any
rocks over there.
treats? Do you have treats for him with you, or perhaps we can get some beef jerky from the vending machine or something?
Oh, I don't like to feed him treats because he gets poopy. But I think he loves treats. He might respond to them.
Now, here's what we do. We go to the commissary. We get ourselves a nice raw steak, all right? And we take that, and then we go walk into those rocks over there. And then either he comes out or a Wereshark comes out. And then we'll have something.
This is not a bad plan, but I think perhaps we look... You go get steak, and I will try to follow tracks, because I assume on beach, wet sand, dog make paw tracks that I can follow.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good idea. In fact, I'm going to stick with you for now. We'll go get the raw steak if we have to. The more I think about it, I don't need to attract every animal, you know. Have you ever been chased by seagulls? It's terrifying. I'm never going to let that happen again.
I was once chased by a flock of seagulls.
Yeah,
But they were just on their way to get haircuts.
And you
they're just
ran
on their way to get a haircut.
You ran
Yeah,
so far
that's not-
away.
You ran so far away, right. Not a band you want to separate from their barber. I'll give you that one. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's why I use actual bacon grease in my hair, though, to make it spike up like this. This is how I get that Billy Idol look. I taught the kid everything he knows about hair and hairstyling. But maybe there's enough bacon grease in my hair that we won't really need the raw steak, now that I think of it.
I wonder why you smell like pig. I thought it was just the capitalism leaking out of you.
No, it's not capitalism, just good old-fashioned bacon grease. It's got thousands of applications that aren't widely recognized by the American public. You know, it's a good lubricant, and there's always time for lubricant. We know that. Good hair stiffener, as you can see, especially if you just don't wash the hair. You know, and I like he knocks on his hair. It's like clack, clack, clack. He says, that's not going anywhere. Yeah. And, of course, when you consider everything I paid to get it transplanted up there in the first place on my 30th birthday, you know, it's not something I like to mess with. But I think maybe you're right. Straight for the rocks, Ivan.
It's also good for cooking eggs, but we can talk about that later.
I only use egg substitutes. No, don't even get me started on that. I once almost had my own cooking show. Yeah, but I won't. That's a whole other story. I'm not going to talk about that right now.
It's also good for making gravy. Not that I eat carbs. You don't get a figure like this if you eat carbs.
What is this Wait, never mind. We'll talk about it later.
Okay, so somebody roll 2d6 to see if you can find some prints.
I suppose it was Van's idea. I guess I'll see. Should we all roll? Or?
All of you can roll.
Excellent.
Oh, God, I don't see anything. I got this bacon grease dripping into my eyes. I got double ones here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, maybe that bacon grease isn't such a good idea. I got a 5 and a 1.
I got a 5 and a 4.
Okay. Yeah, you find some little, small tracks. You didn't ask what type of dog it was, but you can assume it's a little, old lady. She probably has a little small dog, and you do find little prints.
Picturing a little Shih Tzu or something.
When I hear the name Tootsie, I don't picture Nikita.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Definitely imagining a dog that she could fit in her purse or something.
Yeah, so, and I haven't not yet really described in much detail this beach, but you do see that the tracks are leading towards rocks, and it's on that side of the beach. If you picture the beach looking onto it from the water, on the right side of the beach is where these like a rocky outcropping is, and it kind of extends. It kind of blocks the beach, and it extends into the water a little bit. And on kind of the center part of the beach, like on the opposite side of the Lifeguard Tower 1, is a long pier, and that's where the larger ships and stuff would dock that can't go into the marina. There's a ferry boat that goes there, but it's really slow moving. And then on the left side of the beach is where the actual marina is. And of course on the, away from the beach, you have the actual hotel. And then you've got, on either side, you've got condos. And of course the housing or employee housing units. And you've got little shacks and huts and stuff. There's a little tiki bar out on the beach called the Sand Bar, which is not a very original name, but appropriate. And then you've got a little hut that sells and rents surfboards and other stuff. So that's kind of the layout, and the tracks are leading towards the rocks. And I'm assuming you follow them.
Nah.
And you get up to these rocks. And so at this point, actually, you can hear some very faint barking coming from the other side of the rocks. But so you're either going to have to climb over the rocks, and I'm kind of picturing this as like, it's more like a rocky sort of mound. And then like it, it does go out. You might have to swim. If you don't want to climb it, you'll have to swim around it into the water. So it's up to you. Both are maybe a little treacherous. I know Sean has like acrobat trait or something. So that
I do. I'm very acrobatic, and I have an advantage to it. So I'm just going to hop on over this thing. Watch this.
That will
like a
help
mountain goat
for climbing it. But you don't all have to climb it. You can also try the swimming around it if you want.
I think Tammy's probably more comfortable in the water and won't try swimming around it.
Yeah, Van's more of a swimmer than a climber.
Okay, well, Sean, so you get like an advantage, I think.
Yeah, I do, and I rolled a 5.52, so I'm good. I hop over there like a mountain goat.
Okay, so you start climbing, and you don't slip or anything, even though it is slippery and jagged and steep, but you're fine. And then, so you guys both, Tammy and Van, will have to roll 2d6 to see if you don't get kind of pushed against the rocks as you're trying to swim around them and, bang up against them.
5 and a 2.
6 and a 2.
Okay.
Sweet.
Well, you guys are experienced lifeguards, so you don't get banged up against the rocks as you're swimming around them. And you probably get there a little sooner than Buzz. And on the other side of these rocks, you see basically it's like a little kind of hidden cove there. It's surrounded by other rocks. And it's really is picturesque. And now you can, Buzz can come down and he sees the same thing. And you do see these, you see Tootsie's paw prints again in this sand, and it looks like the sand is, the prints are leading into this little cave opening in the back of this cove, and you can still hear him barking from in there. And would you like to explore that?
Most
Yeah.
definitely.
Absolutely should. I'm also going to make a mental note of this place because this is either a great place for, you take a lady out here, a little picnic basket, a blanket, a nice secluded spot. Very nice, very romantic. Ladies care about that. They like to see that you make some effort. But,
it is sort of romantic. That's very sweet, Buzz.
You could stay here for a moment with lady. I sneak in, perhaps give them a surprise. I don't know.
Yeah, why don't you do that? You're a sneaky fella. I'll stay out here with the lady, although I don't think she needs my help.
So, which lady are you talking about?
I'm talking about our lady here, Tammy.
Okay. Yeah, because I was going to say the old lady didn't come with you. The dog owner limb. So.
I want to check out the cave.
Yeah.
So, I mean, whoever's getting closer to that, you can look in and you see, it's obviously dark in there. I did give you the little small flashlights in your fanny packs, and you're going to need those. You can see that it's wet in here, and you can tell that like this during high tide, this would probably be flooded completely, but it's low tide right now. So, is anyone going inside?
Oven had intended to sneak inside, but if it's going to be so dark that he can't see without a flashlight, that's going to kind of, make that kind of pointless, because flashlight just kind of dead giveaway that you're there. So, in that case, we should all just probably go at once.
Yeah, if we're all going, let's go. Like the Three Musketeers, right?
That's right.
One for all and all for Van.
Yeah, that's
All right, so you guys go through this little small cave opening, and it doesn't go back very far, or at least at first. I mean, once you go in, you can see that there is a natural sort of stairwell, I guess you could say, kind of just slopes up, and just some rocks that are kind of in the formation of steps that go up to like a higher level, and which looks dry, like this part wouldn't be, flooded during high tide. So you can, that's pretty much all there is right now, is just this one chamber, and then the back of the chamber you see this slope going up. So you can go up that if you want.
right behind you, Ivan.
Maybe we should call the dog. Tootsie. Tootsie, here, girl.
You hear some noises, like the dog has stopped barking at this, but you can hear some scuffling noises, not like violent scuffling noises, but just some, just some little noises that are small enough that might be from the dog. But he doesn't respond.
Well, let's go then.
All right, so you guys climb up there and you reach this second chamber, and so now you can see there's a little bit more light now. There's some ambient light because there's some sunlight, some pillars of light coming down from the cave roof, through some cracks and holes and stuff. And so first thing you see is Tootsie. He's actually a Pomeranian. And you see him, there's a little bowl, I guess like a little kind of pottery bowl that's on the ground of this cave. And there's a little baggie in it. It looks like he's like licking the inside of this baggie. And then once he sees you, he looks up and he starts growling. And you see some little foam on its mouth. And we're going to have to roll initiative. But I don't think this is going to take very long. He's still got his leash attached to him as well.
He got into sand or rabies.
That's right.
I think he got into some drugs. I don't think we should kill him. I mean, he's a little tiny dog. We can just subdue him, right?
Let's take him to dog rehab. Great idea.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Say, that gives me a
Dog
good idea for a
rehab.
TV show, dog rehab. Celebrities could bring in their drug addicted. I got to write that down. I got the ideas just keep coming all the time.
Well, the beach is very inspirational.
That's right.
Well, Tootsie got an 8 initiative.
I have a 9.
Did I forget how to roll initiative?
You roll 2d6, add them together, and but you
well,
have.
I rolled 3. So
yeah. You have a special thing.
And I rolled 551, so that's 10.
I also got a 10.
Well, you have to re-roll then.
just the two of us roll off?
Yeah,
or
just you
everybody?
two roll off.
Gotcha.
8.
Okay, that's the same
10
as Tootsie,
again.
but you get. Okay. But Tootsie got an 8 as well, but you'll get to go before him.
Don't hurt him. See, I knew we should have got those treats.
Or the steak.
Yeah, steak would be great. Anything. I just don't want to hurt the poor dog.
Right, so Van will go first. I did mention that he still has the leash attached to him, and right now he's just growling at you.
You could just
have to be a Pomeranian.
take. Is there a story there?
I know what you're thinking, Van, and go for it.
Well,
Just
I mean-
use the leash and make a muzzle. Wrap it around his jaws so he can't bite us. We don't want to hurt a dog or kill a dog.
you know, the fall of the Berlin Wall is still big in Van's mind, and Pomeranians are kind of Eastern European breed. But yeah, Van will lunge at the dog and attempt to grab his leash, and indeed, in fact, he'll just try to pick the dog up by the leash because it's such a small dog, and the leash is presumably long enough that even if if he picks the thing up by the leash, he won't be able to bite him or anybody.
Okay, yeah, I would say just roll a 2d6 for that.
Oh, 3 and a 3.
Okay. Well, you can't quite get a grasp of that leash as once you kind of lean towards it, it kind of backs up and is barking at you and growling. And so I guess Buzz would be going next.
Yeah, I'm going to run in there. I'm going to grab that leash, and I'm going to grab it. And see, I do have an advantage to unarmed attacks because I'm a brawler. Back those days when I was a bouncer at the Trouser Tadpole in Gary, Indiana. And I do have a 5 and a 3 and a 2 here, so I succeed
Okay.
in grabbing the leash. I'm going to do the exact same thing our friend Ivan was going to do with it. I'm going to hold it out at arm's length and let that dog struggle and squirm there for a minute. And contemplate the error of his ways.
Yeah, okay. I will allow that. It's too small to bite you from, arm's length. So it's just kind of hanging there and growling and biting, and you can see its pupils are dilated. I don't know if dogs do that, but you can tell it definitely did get into some sand. It doesn't have rabies. And now that this is, I'm going to just say that is the end of combat, because pretty shortly after that happens, you can see this sand stuff. It looks like is pretty fast acting. So after a while, it looks like the dog stops its aggressive behavior, and then now it's just kind of confused and just hanging there and looking a little upset, and but
I would like to see if there is anything left in the baggie so that we have a sample of the stuff.
Careful, that's evidence. You're going to put that baggie in a bigger baggie.
actually you look and it looks like he got the last of it. Yeah,
He licked it clean.
he did. But now that that's over, now if you shine your flashlights around this chamber, you do see some other stuff.
So I was going to say, let's look around for those missing people in here.
Well,
Or
That's
other
a great
body parts.
idea.
you immediately see some scattered bones and actually some intact skeletons lying around wearing tattered rags. And
Purple, perchance?
no, they're just kind of tan and brown, and I mean, actually, they look like they've been here for a long time.
Yeah, this is the pirate crew of Petey Tweed is what this is. Friends, we're probably standing right on top of Petey Tweed's treasure.
You actually do see one of the pirates has a little, captain's hat on.
Look at him. He's a goonie, too, just like us.
Yeah, and actually, see if you can roll to spot something that's a little harder to see. Just roll 2d6. You can all do this.
I don't see anything.
Ooh, double sixes.
Shit, I got a 2 to 4.
Okay, so yeah, Tammy, you spot on the wall of the cave. You spot a very faint, faded. There's some words and a picture. It looks like drawn on kind of a rust-colored pigment. You see, well, the first thing you probably notice is actually a drawing of a seashell. It's a specific type of seashell, which I forgot the name of, but a Murex seashell, which is like I don't know if this is a word, but it's conular. It's cone-shaped with a little opening, and it's got little spikes coming off it. But this is just a really primitive-looking picture of it. And then you see words next to it. You see 3 words, and I'll just spell them. The first word is CHAAC, and the second word is UAYAB. And the third word is XOC. However you want to pronounce those. Don't know what those mean.
Did you say CHAAC UAYAB XOC?
Yeah.
Well, obviously it says Chak Fayab Zak, which, as we all know, is Russian for what?
I don't know, but I recognize the shell. It's a sea snail, the snail kind of thing.
Yeah, they make that fancy purple dye out of it back in the ancient times. I went to college for a semester. Yeah. It's not kosher, don't eat it.
I don't know what this word means, though.
Yeah, this letter, this is like a secret code or something if it's not in Russian.
Oh, I bet it is a secret code.
That is not Russian, I promise. The letters are not Russian letters, but it's Cyrillic, but I don't know. I don't check. I thought maybe it was, what is the word? A cipher, like mixed up, but I can't come up with the translation.
Oh.
Yeah, what's the word for that where all the letters are mixed up? An anagram.
An anagram.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
I'll tell you what I thought of, but I don't think Tammy would think of this, was a chemical formula.
Oh, yeah.
Carbon, hydrogen.
Now, I don't know about the last couple. I mean, they're not like formulas I'm familiar with, but I do believe they are all represented by symbols. I know most of them, but that's me. Tammy doesn't know that.
Yeah, and you were the only one to see it, but of course you can point it out to them.
Yes, Tammy will definitely. Hey guys, come check this out.
Now, did you want to look for anything else?
Yeah, let's look around elsewhere, too.
Yeah, let's definitely explore this
Can't
cave.
guarantee there's anything else, but you can roll and see.
Well, I suspect there's the Petey Tweed treasure be around somewhere nearby, perhaps.
5 and a 6.
Yeah, that's good, because I don't see shit.
I I'm getting all my good luck out right now, though. I hope that doesn't come back to bite my ass later.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, you don't find any treasure, but you do find a few doubloons. One of the pirates had some in his little knapsack. And then you find like a little torn piece of paper. It looks like it was torn off a map or something. And it looks like you can see the words La Florida. And you can see a little, like a name that's, it's really hard to read. It's like scribbled name, but it looks like it says Juan Ponce de Leon on it.
Juan Ponce de Leon.
And we're like in the Gulf somewhere, is that right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you are in the Gulf of Mexico area. It's off the coast of Florida. But that is pretty much all you find. And you've got the dog, and as you guys, if you're ready to leave, before you even do anything, though, you all see something just really, really briefly, just out of the corner of your eyes. You see some kind of figure, and then it's gone. And then just like, seconds later, you hear a splash in the water.
Wereshark? Do you think it was a wereshark?
Oh, I want to run and jump into the water.
Okay, well, you climbed. Well, you can run down that slope. You're acrobatic. I won't even make you roll. And you just dive into the water, but looks like whoever or whatever had gone in the water is gone now. But the other, if you guys follow him down back out on that little cove on the beach there, you do see some new footprints. And these look like not, regular human footprints. I mean, it looks like, you can't really tell if, it looks like kind of like a fin, like a scuba diver fin, like kind of webbed footprints.
It's a very large duck.
And they are large footprints, like, good size, I don't know.
So what we got here is some hybrid children watching the sea. This is a thing that should not be. I'll tell you that right now.
It's the Lorax.
That's my last bad metallic by way of H.P. Lovecraft joke I'm ever going to make.
Thought
So
you were
you'll be
making
happy
a-
to know that.
Thought you were making a Dr. Seuss joke or something. It rhymed.
Oh, no, it's
Dr.
clearly praise the thing that should not be.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I knew James Hetfield when he was a young kid in California. A great kid. Taught him everything he knows. But, no, seriously, this is, I wish we had something to make a plaster cast with. You get a plaster cast and a blurry photo, that's obviously proof of a cryptid.
There's no reason why this couldn't take place in the Jupiter Springs universe.
I know. I knew a kid in California and in Plunger. This kid would have gone crazy. He's the one who discovered the owlbear. So he says. But we don't want to get too many in jokes,
This is the 90s. I guess he could be still a kid, but
Well, I mean, I met him when he was a kid. Yeah. Because, I'm 30, but I've been around. I've been legally drinking since 1968. So we won't talk too much about what 30 I am. You get the feeling that my guy's really more like 53. He's in good shape, but he's overly tanned. He dies. It's a transplant anyway. He's admitted that. Yeah. I've been 30 for about 12 years now. No, but I'm telling you, this is either a guy's wearing flippers, or does it look like there could be some claws in the toes, or is there like little punctures in the sand where where we're quite certain these are not, in fact, flippers, but these are actually weird feet?
It's really hard to tell. I mean,
they're separate, right? Like, it's not like a mermaid hopping or something like this, where it's a singular fin. It's like there's two.
Yeah, there's two of them. You can see where something came out of the water, and and then came back in. Yeah, it's really hard to tell if they are actual scuba diver flippers or something natural, like some kind of animal.
I was really hoping it was Daryl Hannah, but it is not.
Daryl Hannah, sweet kid. I got a ton of stories about her. Tell you what, she didn't take any shit from Jackson Brown, I'll give you that much. But that's a whole nother story. Hey, listen, here's what I want to know is, you say that this, there's like a little pottery-type bowl that this baggie was laying in here, right? Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
Am I seeing that right? What the hell is someone doing baiting a cave? Here's what I think. I think that this flipper creature came here to get the sand. I think this is a dead drop. Sorry to keep making KGB references there, Ivan, but I think this is a dead drop. Someone's dead dropped some sand for this creature. And poor little Tootsie here, maybe I should go ahead and set her down if she hasn't choked to death yet. Maybe little Tootsie here got into the sand, and the sand was really meant for the Wereshark. I'm just using Wereshark now as a working title, a working theory.
Strange creatures getting addicted to substances would not be unprecedented.
No, I spent like 15 years in Hollywood. That's all I saw was strange creatures getting addicted to substances.
Speaking of Daryl,
No, I don't actually have any. I just. Yeah. Anyway.
So, yes, I think we should track this thing down, follow footprints, find it, and I don't know. We don't have sand to give it, so I don't know. But perhaps we can stop it from rampaging or doing things that would not be good.
Biting people's arms off?
Yes, like that type of thing.
I got a wild theory. If it didn't have any sand, it wouldn't bite people's arms off. So maybe you're right.
Yeah, could be.
Well, it gets sand, it bites people's arms off. It wants sand but can't find any. It bites people's arms off. It's arms everywhere all the time.
Yeah, I guess we do live in a world where it's really hard not to get your arm bitten off one way or the other. I mean, no matter which way you go in life. Yep.
Well, you can't really track it in the water, so for now it looks like it's disappeared. And you can go and return Tootsie if you want.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's get this sweet baby back to her mama.
Okay. Yeah, you guys, now I won't make you do any rolls again on your way back. Now you know how to do it, and you cross over the other side of the rocks, and you return Tootsie to her owner, and she's very grateful. And she looks at Van and says, I can reward you if you want. Up in my room.
You say that now, but you got a surprise coming, lady.
It's a big surprise, yes.
Well, you believe what you need to believe there, fella. It's all mental anyway, It's not the wand, it's the magician's skill, It's really all that's important. Yeah, at least that's what I heard once. But yeah.
So would you like to see me pull a rabbit out of a hat? It's a very...
It's exactly what Harvey Weinstein said to me when I was at a party out in...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You don't know how many teenage gymnasts I had to escort out of that guy's house that night. It was a nightmare. But, no, seriously, let's... I do think someone's baiting this monster with sand. I think that's pretty clear. whilst they just drop sand in a sweet little bowl. I could see just a dropped baggie, right? Washes up here at the beach and gets caught in the cave. But it's a sweet little bowl. In fact, I say maybe there's somebody taking pottery classes around here we need to talk about. You see somebody spinning a pottery wheel, hey, we've got our bad guy. All we got to do is go up and rip his mask off.
Did it look like actual, like, pottery, like something you would make, or did it look like something you would see in a gift shop, something that was mass-produced? I don't know if we can tell all that, but we might be able to get some idea about it.
Well, I don't know if you took it or not. Or if you look. I mean, I can, from what you saw, I'll tell you, it was grimy, so it looked like old. Like it had been there for a while.
It's one of Petey Tweed's bowls.
Could have been that. It just, yeah, it didn't look like it came from the resort gift shop or anything like that. But,
Right.
So you guys can go back to, by now, like, unless you want to talk with Keith Moore, he's probably going to get off his shift and along with everyone else, and leave you guys there in the tower, and go. If you want to do something before it gets night, you can. You're there. I will kind of remind you that there is some stuff in that tower. I don't want to say too much, but you haven't really. If you guys are in an investigative mood, could investigate that Lifeguard Tower as well.
Yeah, we probably should see what all's in there.
For all we know, they got a massive stash of sand in here already. For all we know, our boss is the freaking drug dealer.
So, there is there's a safe, but it's a combination safe, and then you also see a filing cabinet that is locked, but it's a regular lock.
I bet our boy Ivan can get past both those locks.
Well, I can try. I don't make no promises, but I can try, yes.
Yeah, I saw James Caan do this in The Set of Thief. You'll be all right.
Well, you can definitely try to pick the lock for the filing cabinet. I'm not sure how you would break into the combination for the safe, but I will allow you to. There's plenty of improvised tools you can use for lock picks. Here, I've heard that the clips of pins are good, so you can use that if you want.
Our listeners may not know, in real life, Goonie has made an actual study of picking lock just purely as a hobby.
Yeah, I'm very much an amateur at it, but it's a fun thing. It's easier than you would expect, actually.
He's responsible for none of the break-ins in Lee Summit, Missouri. We'd just like to make that clear right now.
No. I've broken into my own house several times, though.
So, yeah.
I got to be careful about doing that anymore, though, because there's a lot of Karens in my neighborhood that will call the police if they see me. Even because nobody knows anybody on my street. It's one of those types of places where all you see is the cars coming and going.
Yeah.
I don't want to get the cops called on me for trying to practice on my own locks.
Yeah. You know what? I'd like to try that. Ivan, while Ivan's taking this phone call here, I'm going to try that. I'm going to grab an old Swiss Army knife there, and I'm going to I'm going to get out the little, little nail file on it, and I'm going to go to work on his cabinet. I'm going to argue I probably have a disadvantage. It's totally outside of my area of expertise.
Well, I'm going to argue with the improvised picks. It'll take away from that.
Good.
You were right.
Now you won't get any. You won't get any. Hey, you know what? You won't get any arguments from me, Game Master.
But I just decided it's still going to be pretty hard.
Okay, so you're a perfectionist. Okay, like Mike Nichols. Got it. Okay, here we go.
So 1d6.
And well, I don't know. Yeah, this is pretty hard. I don't know if I can do this. Tammy, why don't you give it a try?
I can give it a try. I also had another idea. I mean, with lifeguards in there, I know there's a defibrillator on premise, which probably means that there is a stethoscope on premise, so we can check for heartbeats. So maybe we could use that with the combination lock. I saw him do it in a movie once.
Well, if it happened in a movie, then it's probably real, because most Hollywood movies are based on very, very strong factual research. You know what? You got a brain on you. You're more than just a set of cans, sweetheart. You've got quite a brain on you.
Thank you so much.
Hey, you know what? The brain is the sexiest muscle. That's what I always thought. Why don't you see if you can open the safe while Ivan's taking that call? And Ryan's literally on a phone call he has to take for work or something, listeners. So we're going to kill some time while he opens while she opens the safe.
Yeah.
With a stethoscope.
Well, that's a good idea. I did not think about that, but I think I have to allow that. At least you would still be at a disadvantage because you're not a safe cracker by training. So, but you have a chance at least. So yeah, 1d6.
Yeah, let's not forget about our taglines either. I keep forgetting about
5.
Oh,
5.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. So this safe, the combination or the dial, it goes to 100. So you figure out the numbers, the combination. I'm going to say it's 7389. Doesn't really matter, but
I will remember it though.
yeah, you do have eidetic memory, and then click, it opens up, and now you see several things in there, and the first thing you actually notice is the same seashell, the Murex seashell that you had seen painted on the cave wall. It's kind of
a painting of her, or I see a shell.
You see the actual shell.
The actual shell.
And it's it's kind of like white with black. It's like white and black with splotchy, and it has spiky, and then you also see a bottle of sunscreen lotion. It says Sol Guard, S-O-L Guard, and you see a holstered handgun in there, and you do see a little baggie of sand in there as well.
Ah.
I'm going to reach in and take the gun, and I'm going to say, Ivan, buddy, you're an American now. I think you need to have this. Here you go.
I don't know how to use, but I will take, and I will learn to shoot, yes.
Yeah, it's nothing. Any idiot can use one.
Bam!
yeah, right. Right. This is exactly what I'm going for here. Yeah. And let me check out this Sol Guard. I'm going to open up the cap on that and take a sniff, because I'm not so sure that... Why do you need to put, normal sunblock in a safe? Let's take a sniff of the old Sol Guard there.
Does seem pretty weird, huh?
This is a kind with like a pump, but you can sniff the end of that.
Yeah.
And
sniff the end of my pump.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll sniff the pump.
And it smells...
I might have to pump it and spray it, though, but we'll see if I can't get a sniff.
There's a very faint, fishy smell to it.
Why is this familiar? I can't figure out why.
Well,
very
you will recall
strong,
that in our first episode, when you had applied your own portable sunscreen to that ginger lady, she said that the other guy, Brody, had used a special lotion on her. Made her skin feel good and whatever.
Huh. All right, that's going in my fanny pack.
It's kind of big, but yeah, it'll fit if you put it sideways.
I'll put it sideways, yeah. Now, there's something funny about this lotion.
I wonder if that what makes the Wereshark attack. It's Wereshark bait. That's why it smells fishy. It's Wereshark bait.
Now,
that's
listen
not
here,
a
chum. I don't think that's...
Listen here, chum. What we got here are some serious clues, folks. We're making good progress. I don't know what the significance of the shell is, but you got these. I'm just going to go ahead and assume those fellas in the cave are pirates, right? Because I want to believe it. And, I want to believe. I pitched that same line to Chris Carter. The guy stole it from me because I didn't write it down. But I'm telling you, yeah, there's something funny about it. I think you might have something. This soul guard could be an attractant. And might want to have a talk with this Brody fella a little bit later. And then see, we got the gun, we got the shell, and we got the... Now, hey, listen, I couldn't do anything with this filing cabinet. You want to take a crack at this filing cabinet there, Ivan?
Now, is this the twisty combination lock? Or?
No,
we had opened...
Yeah.
We opened that with a stethoscope.
Yeah, I cracked
Okay,
that.
sorry, I was on the phone. Long story, my mom called. It was
Right.
family drama, emergency, hospital-related stuff. So,
Okay.
So, yes, I can certainly try...
Yeah, 2d6 for you since you have an advantage.
Wouldn't that be 3?
Well, yeah, I guess it would. I was going to give you a disadvantage and then equal it up to 2, but I think you still get the advantage.
Well, the first 2 are both 1s, so let's see what the third one comes up.
Okay.
And it went on the...
And
Cue the Ryan gets his dice music.
yeah,
Shit.
and if that doesn't succeed, you've got your tag
lying on the floor, also a 1,
Okay.
triple 1s.
Well,
Oh my.
do you want to use your tagline, and that gives you a reroll?
That's right.
Well, he's so fucking annoyed at himself for failing so miserably that he does shout "Sukoblight," and
Yeah.
then he
bitch
gets to
whore. I
roll-
know that one in Russian. It's bitch whore.
Does he get to re-roll all 3?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
I don't know if it means bitch
5,
whore or they're... Oh, look at that.
552.
552.
Okay, and once again, click, and you can open that filing cabinet. And inside you see you see files on all the employees, you know, alphabetical. It's got their information, like their phone numbers, and also the rooms, you know, their apartment numbers they're staying in.
I'm going to write down Sugar Ray's phone number.
I'm going to read all of them because I have an eidetic memory.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
It's good.
call. And we can find this Brody and find out why he was robbing fish attractant on women's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I'm going to go over to the phone.
Okay.
And I'm going to dial Stingray's room.
Nice.
Okay, well, yeah, he would just be getting, you know, he'd be there now. So he says, "Hello?"
Yes, this is John Clevenger of the local VD clinic, and I just had a quick question for you. Hey, is Sugar Ray home? How you doing, Sugar Ray? What's up, buddy?
What? Who
Hey,
is
listen,
this?
I gotta go. I'll talk to you later. Click. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Meanwhile, the others are doing actual important investigations, and
Yeah, you've got all their other employee information, and you see
So,
a logbook in there as well.
I'm having major I'm having major cat problems tonight. Please excuse.
Get your pussy under control.
I keep giving him treats to get him off the desk, and he keeps coming back. And now he's like laying in front of the microphone and rolling against it.
You know, most of our guests don't have the pussy on camera. Usually, it's just something we, you know, it's not like we have a rule against it, but you know.
Well, to be fair, mine is usually just off camera in my lap. So.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Which is both true and funny.
Yes, it's both true and funny. It's funny because it's true. It's funny because it's true.
That's
yeah.
right.
Well, after a phone call from Sugar Ray here, well, we're still going through those files. We got our eidetic memory girl here scanning all the files, so presumably if we need something that would have been in those files later, it's locked inside her pretty little brain now.
Yes, and I have questions about that before or after you said something about a logbook. We should take a look at that too.
Yeah, it's just basically like scheduling, like where when people are working, all the employees. It's handwritten, like by, you assume, Keith, I guess.
Okay. Maybe memorize a couple of pages.
Okay.
Just like I'm not going to try to memorize a whole book, but because I'm assuming that the last couple of pages may have, like, who was working when people disappeared and when incidents have happened and that sort of thing.
Which is a great idea, except for last night we were working while someone disappeared.
Well, that's just true.
And you do
maybe we did it. Yeah.
You do see your names on there as the night shift, and if you go back a couple pages, actually the that night, like, there's one night that is the bottom part of the page is torn off.
What?
Yeah. So you don't know who's working that night.
Which night? The night.
Well, it was the night that the trainee Michelle
disappeared.
Last seen, yeah.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah. That's.
Hey, I know. Do the old trick where you take the piece of paper and you do a little. Oh wait, we can't because that page is missing.
It's torn.
But maybe they like pressed through so hard as on the page below it. You never know. But now that's mysterious. That's mysterious as hell.
Yeah. So I think, you've definitely got some clues now.
Yeah.
And after a while, I'm just going to say that, it gets dark. And it's not midnight yet, but sometime before midnight, you see a light coming from the marina, a flashlight. And once again, I think we'll stop it there.
Before we conclude for the night, so I don't forget and we don't have to backtrack next time, is there anything in the personnel file aside from, like, contact information and just very basic? Is there any, like, write-ups or any kind of notes about disciplinary, just that, anything besides just contact info and the basics?
Most of it, I think it would be just, it was just kind of like their, initial, like, applications.
Right,
and their onboarding type stuff, their information. And then I can imagine there would be some disciplinary, write-ups for Cody Ray, as you call him, Stingray. But that's good about it. Sugar Ray,
okay.
I meant.
Good old Sugar Ray. Yeah, that Brody looked clean because, I'm not saying Brody's got anything to do with it, but you're right. This weird fish-smelling stuff, it'd be nice to figure out, if he rubbed this on everybody. But even if he did rub it on him, that doesn't make him the bad guy, right? Somebody could have handed him,
I will also
a bottle.
remind you, on our first episode, when you first met everyone, they were all passing around a bottle of sunscreen. And I'll just tell you, it's the same bottle. You can.
Okay. See, yeah, I thought that's what this. Maybe it's the opposite of what we thought it was. Maybe it's a Wereshark repellent. You know.
Maybe.
And again, I'm just using Wereshark as a working title. We're just calling the code name for the big bad, right? You know, the Wereshark. You know, it's possible Mr. Bigelow might have some more answers. You may know something.
I like it. Let's go with Wereshark.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, you'll have to find out next episode. We'll find out what this light is, or who has the light. This is not Mr. Bigelow because, you don't think, because this is, only, maybe 8 or 9 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah, it's coming from the land, right? Or is it out on the water?
It's coming from the marina.
Marina itself.
The docks,
okay.
yeah.
Probably doesn't want to attract attention to himself either.
Yeah.
But it could be a whole other mystery to solve.
We all might even find out what CHAACUAYABXOC. We need to figure out what that means. It's too bad you can't call the Kremlin and have them run that through a supercomputer. But I know you didn't leave on good terms. I know.
Yes, bad, very bad. And I know what it means, but Van doesn't. So.
Yeah, I actually don't. I haven't figured it out as a real life character yet. So I'm getting the feeling it's probably something that once you guys tell me, that I'll be like, oh yeah, duh.
I'm pretty confident that's going to be our monster.
Okay.
The name of the beast.
Yeah. Chachiabzak. Sounds like something Central American, Hey, somebody get out Bresner's catalog of Central American deities and look up Chachiabzak. I might have to go to the mainland and hit a library on that one.
Yeah, I don't think Wereshark is probably not far off. I think it's Demon Shark or Devil Shark or something like that. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but
yeah.
Okay, well, Devil Shark, that's a whole new franchise. I got to write that one down too. All right.
I was trying to imagine the porn spin-off, but I don't think I want to know. So
no. All right.
No, don't make me imagine that. How dare you?
How dare you? Before we start imagining, Devil Shark porn, maybe we should go ahead and call this episode good.
Yeah, I was
too late. I'm imagining it. Too late.
I'm just waiting for somebody to stop recording this episode.
I mean, I could push the button at any moment. I'm just not doing it.
Hey, listeners, why don't you send us an email if you'd like us to stop? Oh, there we go.
We're going to keep going until we get an email telling us that we must
Hey everybody, if you like our podcast, don't forget to leave us a good rating and or review on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, Spotify, or wherever you're able. Subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter at Goonies_world, and check out our website at GooniesWorldPodcast.com. Email us at GooniesWorldPodcast@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.